Johnny, back at Twickenham, albeit at the Stoop, are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, it's always a joy to get back to England to play, but especially there, obviously just across the road from the the headquarters, and also from a perspective of looking at Twickenham at the Stoop, Harlequins. It's a great ground. Do like the ground and grew up just around there anyway myself as a kid, so it's going to be good. It's going to be a good experience.
Being all French finals, is that going to give it a different feeling in London?
I don't know. Like I said, it'll be my first experience of that, but I hope there'll be a great atmosphere. There normally is when the French teams collide. So we'll get. I'm sure we'll get some people there, and it'll be a good spectacle. But we know we need to prepare well because we do know that Biarritz are a team that have shown their calibre in Europe many times.
For English rugby fans who obviously have a special place in their hearts for you, this could be one of the last times they'll get a chance to see you playing in England on such a big occasion. Well,
I don't know. I'm not finished as yet, but we're going about our business, sort of game in, game out, and you never know where it's going to take you. Thankfully, this journey so far this year has given us an opportunity to play there and play in a final. So, got to make the most of it, and that's certainly what I'll be doing.
Disappointment a couple of years ago against Cardiff Blues. Is that something you want to make up for?
I think the disappointment of losing at that stage in the tournament is always something you don't really want to go through too many times. And for me, that was a tough one. I've never been to a European final like that before, and watching it sort of slip by in the last few sort of 10 minutes was tough to take. But the great thing about rugby is it does give you a chance to get on your feet and have another go. And this year we've had that opportunity. Like I said, it's not something we want to see go again.
Yeah, your injury in that game is one of the key moments.
I don't know quite what happened, to be honest. I just felt my back go at one point and then tried to take a kick and I then crumbled to the deck. So it was frustrating to watch the game from the sideline and just watch us get so near and yet so far, especially when playing at Marseille, which is right on the doorstep here. So we do know that these chances are few and far between, and the preparation we're doing now is something that is I think signifies just how important the game is to us.
20 years since Toulon lifted a bit of silverware. How important is it to this club to get that bit of silverware in the trophy cabinet?
The pride here and the support and the passion for the game is unique. It's really is hugely intense, and it's very real. It's very honest stuff, and the supporters, they give everything because they know that we will too as players, and nothing really reflects better on a club than winning. Getting close is great, but people don't remember that. In clubhouses they don't put runners up too many times on the wall. They put winners, and we know that 2 seasons ago we felt that we didn't win, and that cup quickly passed us by. So we need to try and make sure that we've got something to show for the season.
And that team in '92, the Toulon team that won the French Championship, they're pretty well remembered around here. This is your chance to join them, is it?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think we've got a long way to go before we catch up with those guys, but we see them around all the time. They're in the functions after the game. They're always here, and they're supported now exactly the same as they were before, because they did something for this region. They did something for this club, which will never be forgotten.
And Biarritz, they're obviously pretty tough opponents. They're going to be tough up front. Yashvili controlling things. You know what's coming.
I think, regardless of what you think in French rugby, you never really fully have it covered, and that's massively true for what I've learned from playing here, is the fact that teams are able to turn a game like that in a second. When you think you're down their end of the field, you think everything's quiet, and suddenly you're under your own post, and you know that the game's changed. So experience tells us, playing against French teams and playing 4-1 now, that you've got to be switched on the whole time, and we know that they're a very good team with very good players and very good players in key positions, but at the same time we know also they're a team that can with the likes of Bauscher at the back, and just turn a game with a few bits of brilliance. Yeah, someone like Ian Bauscher, you obviously shared World Cup success with. So are players like that the ones you look for, or is it up front? Is it Yashvili? No, I think at this stage, when you get to these stages of tournaments and these teams, you know that it's pretty much everyone. To concentrate too hard on one leaves another too much space. So you just respect the fact that they're all good players. They're all capable of winning games and being dangerous. So you just try and whoever's in front of you, just make sure you give them the maximum respect and give it your all and try and close them down. And finally, just we're here in the sunshine. Apart from the weather in the south of France, what are the big differences between English and French rugby? People coming along, will they see a different type of game? It's difficult to explain, really. It's something you have to see. It's not. there's no sort of this is the approach of French teams versus English teams. This is how it works. It's not that at all. What it is just a different way of life here, and that kind of transposes itself. It translates into the way the game's played. And I think in that respect, it's something you need to go and see. But you can feel the energy is different. There's moments in the match where you know that you're watching something a little bit different as such, and that's been a joy for me. But trying to put it in words has made life very difficult. So it's best if you go and have a look.